as I got to high school, we didn't have a lot of great training. Okay, we probably did the same session every practice, and when it was time for me to go to college, my dreams were crushed because there were no college coaches that would knock down my door or offer any kind of scholarships. And to make it even tougher, my parents couldn't really pay the tuition. They made it very clear I was going to be going to college, so quickly I needed to figure it out. And what I did out of high school is I basically went and got a full-time job to pay for part-time college courses and classes, so I can put myself through college. And it wasn't until I met a great mentor, the late Al Grzelski, who was an influential person and definitely coached my life, who had created the platform for us to be exposed to other college coaches. And once I met him, we really enjoyed playing and everything. And he would take us to tournaments everywhere. And I remember being at a tournament at Oakwood, Connecticut. And back then, Coach Ray Reed showed interest in myself and a couple of other guys. And I ended up being recruited to attend Southern Connecticut State. And at Southern, I really didn't know much about the school when I went there on a visit. I walked in. I remember going up the stairs, and on the wall, I saw all these All Americans. Like, wow, I was shocked to find out because it's such a small school. And then Coach Reed had a big fat ring on his finger, and he talked with his hands. And eventually, I just asked him because I couldn't help myself. I mean, the thing was huge. It looked like a Super Bowl ring. And I asked him, Coach, what is that on your finger? That's an awesome ring. And he told me, oh, yeah, Morgan's, the year before we just won the NCAA National Championship, and we're going to be defending champs this year. And I was just blown away. And I remember driving home, and at that point I said, I want one of those rings. That's all I could think of. I couldn't get the ring out of my head. So here I am now. The fall comes around. Here I am. I'm a freshman, and I'm benched. And it didn't feel very good. I hated being sitting on the bench. I wanted to be so badly out there. But truthfully, it was then that I realized my training in high school was costing me playing time in college because the guys who were ahead of me were polished. It wasn't skill. It was more about understanding systems, the tactical component of the game. They really understood that. And so I had to sit there. And to make matters worse, when when we're about to go into the tournament, the NCAA tournament, I tore my ACL, and it was huge. It was a huge blow, which further deepened my doubts about ever playing again, much less be in a position to compete and contend for a playing spot on a squad that's already pretty deep. So I had the surgery, and I remember coming out of surgery and looking at my knee. I couldn't even bend it. And it was this huge. It was this big. It's huge. And I really doubted ever being able to play again. And my thought was, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be, and I'm just going to focus on academics. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to, keep my scholarship or not. That didn't seem to be such a huge thing. I just wanted to be able to run and play again. At that point, I made a decision that I was going to give this thing a shot. I mean, I didn't know how, but I was going to do it. And that summer, I just simply put together what I was learning in physical therapy plus the conditioning and fitness package that Southern, schools sent over to prepare us for us to work out in the summer. And that's when I really created the system that is personalized and customized to deal with very specific injuries and goals that you want to achieve. And then from that point forward, I've been really tweaking it to fit different needs that I may want to meet and accomplish. So in the fall, I was ready, probably at 80%, not much more than that, but I was out there getting it done and doing it. It was hard. I had to be in a training room an hour before, an hour after, 2 3 hour practice sessions, but it was definitely uh, a challenging period. Okay, and sophomore year, it went okay. It wasn't until junior year where I really cracked the lineup because now I was closer to 100%, and the training that I had received at Southern uh, really helped me become a better player. And then I really, and the team that I was on, I had great teammates who were really all about the team itself, the chemistry. So we built strong chemistry, and I do remember junior year, we went down to the finals, and when that final whistle blew, huge relief and joy came on to me, and I'd realized the dream of winning that ring, that championship ring. And I knew then how precious it was because so many players try, and hundreds, thousands of players try, and you only have 4 years to do it, and to have had an opportunity to do it that one time, it was special, you know, and with success being achieved, you have two choices. You can sit on it and say, "Oh, this is great, I've arrived," or you you can be driven by it and make sure that you don't ever let it go. And the following year, we had the right team, we had the right chemistry, we had the right attitude, and we won it again without losing a game, and without even tying the game. So instead of getting one ring, I ended up with two rings, but the second one was so sweet. And I can't even express to you what it was like when, coming out of high school, I didn't even know if I was ever going to play college soccer, even though it was my dream. I thought I was just going to, work a full-time job, pay for college. Probably would have taken me 6 years to get through it, and then who knows what would have happened. But the discipline and the training, and realistically speaking, going through the ACL tear, which could have been a career-ending injury for me, going through that has transformed me into not only a strong character when it came to being part of the soccer team itself. It has absolutely changed my life. Where today, honestly, I'm only comfortable. I'm now a business owner, pretty much my entire adult career, and it's really due to that, the lessons that I've learned from there. Okay, it's the self-discipline. It's really having the drive and being able to set goals to achieve the things that you want to. But more importantly, expecting the challenges to come and having the mental strength to sustain it, because just on the other side of that challenge is ultimately what you want. So what happens a lot of times, people quit just before they get over that wall. And that's why I'm really excited to talk and share my experience with young players who may have their doubts, who may be going through the same issues and the same challenges and facing the same difficulties that I was going through as a kid. I simply want all of you to know that with having the right mentor to guide you and understand a lot of those difficulties will definitely make a huge difference. And that's really why I'm so excited and I'm really passionate about about my mission to help young players get over things that may seem impossible to get over.